Summer in Greenland was such a unique adventure. If you watched my last video, you know I was living in the Arctic Circle in a tent surrounded by constantly shifting icebergs, and in fact there were more icebergs than people. I had never seen an iceberg before in real life. They're massive, unpredictable, and so pretty.
And honestly, each iceberg is like a work of art. Like each one is so different and so unique in its own way. Different shapes, different colors, the way the light hits it and shines through it and illuminates it. Like some of them are very glassy and gem-like. Other ones are very snowy looking, and there's other ones that are just kind of gray and dusty, but they're also just as pretty. Like it's super, super cool. Like when we go on the iceberg safaris on the boats, it almost feels like nature's museum. As corny as that sounds, it honestly feels like I'm going through like this art gallery of like, you know, unique pieces of art by the same artist, you know what I mean? And they're doing, each one's a little bit different, but it's all the same hand, you know, so you can tell it's the same artist. And that's kind of what watching these icebergs are like. It's so, so cool.
And the funny thing is, I ended up walking on one. I had no idea that this was even a thing, but it turns out walking on an iceberg is a thing to do. And it wasn't just about seeing the iceberg, it was actually being there fully in the moment. I got to walk on it and feel what it was like to float on a chunk of ice in the Arctic Ocean. And I think that's what made it so meaningful. Just being present in this crazy moment.
With air, if you want, you can just like release a little bit of air on your neck gasket. Woo! Full of air! Becky, release it at your neck gasket. Just open up. Becky, grab your neck gasket and just squeeze it like that. Open it up, and you'll.
This is the equipment tent, and this is where all of the boating gear and adventure gear is kept. And I'm going in the boat right now, so I need some gear. So I need a dry jacket. Make sure it's the correct size or smaller usually. Here. Looks kind of big. And it's so small. This is not smaller than usually there. Small, perfect. So we gotta wear these to keep us warm on the boat because it's fucking freezing out otherwise. So that, I have some boots to keep my feet warm. My hat. I look like I'm mostly a troll here. And we need life jackets. So we got these life jackets. These inflate on impact. So they're fancy. And also gloves. I got some gloves here. That's not a glove. No, it's not a gloves. Oh, here's a good one. We need a left and a right here. Yep, perfect. So that's what we need. And yeah, I'm gonna go help pick up some guests that are in a different part of the fjord. So I get to see a different part of the fjord, which is gonna be really cool. This is what we wear. So we bundled in our survival suits and hopped into the speedboat and went to pick up the guests. But here's the fun thing. I got to drive the boat. I was the captain of my own ship. Not something I ever imagined I'd do, but that's kind of the point. Just say yes to everything. hard to walk in, especially going uphill. But we need them because, man, is it cold on that boat. It is fucking freezing. And you're just going so fast and the wind is blowing at you and phew, you need the layers. But it's always fun and such a cool experience. Like, when am I ever gonna have this experience ever again? So even if it's cold and dreary, I like to take advantage of it. So what the I stepped on my thing. Oh my god. We also went fishing a lot for our food, and I'm not even kidding when I say it was the easiest thing I've ever done. We mostly used a line with multiple hooks, and we'd put the line in, and literally seconds later, there would be like 5 fish on the end. It was nuts how easy it was. But trying to catch Arctic char by hand, which is the traditional way of fishing, well, we got absolutely nothing. But still, it wasn't really about catching anything. It was about being there, trying, and just having a new experience.
You're muddy.
You're so cute. Later, on a stormy, not so great weather day, we were also invited to a local birthday party, which ended up being a really cool cultural experience. We were able to get a glimpse into everyday life there, which gave us a feeling of being connected. Up until that point, the connection was mostly with the land, which I love, but I was glad to get this little glimpse into the life of the locals around us and have this cultural experience. So overall, my time on this adventure in Greenland was unforgettable, full of moments that pushed me, surprised me, and made me appreciate just how much there is to experience when you step outside of your normal life. I travel because it has a way of encouraging you to live more fully by widening your perspective. When you remove yourself from familiar surroundings, you begin to notice how much of your daily life is shaped by habit rather than intention. Being in a place like Greenland made me more aware of how important it is to seek out experiences that challenge you, not just for novelty, but for growth. A full life isn't necessarily about constant excitement. It's about being open to new environments, new perspectives, and new ways of engaging with the world. In that sense, travel becomes less about the destination and more about how it changes the way you move through life. It encourages curiosity, presence, and a willing to step outside of what's comfortable. And over time, those experiences add up, not just as memories, but as a broader understanding of what it means to live intentionally, with a sense of awareness, connection, and appreciation for the world around you.